today we want to talk to you about the concept of building wealth. And I am here with my friend Joe Velazquez. I have known him for many years. He's a certified NAHREP instructor and a certified coach with John Maxwell and speaker. And today, again, we want to talk to you about the concept of building wealth. So Joe, let's talk about principle number 1 from NAHREP, having a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity. So let's start unpacking this for people, because I don't know about you or people that are watching, but I didn't grow up hearing about wealth and prosperity. And so let's start unpacking this for people so that they can grab hands on it and they can start walking this journey.
Jacob, first, thank you, brother. Always a great time to be with you. Let me start by talking about NAHREP, who NAHREP is. So yes. NAHREP is the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. This is a trade organization made up of over 100 chapters all across the country, made up of real estate professionals, people that are literally in the field working and helping families achieve home ownership, and then through the Hispanic Wealth Project, helping families achieve a lifestyle that creates wealth. So NAHREP gave birth to the Hispanic Wealth Project. The Hispanic Wealth Project came about, if you recall, my brother, from years, about 10 years ago, that real estate heavy, very distressed time in our economy created by real estate. There's so many families that lost 30-40% of everything that they had accumulated. It could have been through a 401k, it could have been through home equity. There was just a huge loss, very specifically in the Hispanic community. Over 1/3 of equity was lost all throughout. So NAHREP came in, took the challenge and said, how do we create and design a path that's going to help families create a lifestyle and principles that are going to help to gain wealth, establish wealth for long term. Thus, the NAHREP 10 principles were created. And I'll tell you, I'm so stoked. I am privileged to be a NAHREP 10 certified instructor. And so the idea is to bring this concept, bring this curriculum, and really share it with families, share it with communities, anywhere that we can. So thank you again for the opportunity to do that today.
It's a pleasure.
We're going to talk about NAHREP principle number 1.
Yes. So let's talk about it. How do we achieve having a mature understanding of prosperity and wealth? How do we go about that? How has that journey been for you?
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. So having a mature understanding of wealth and prosperity, that's so important. It's number 1 for a reason, right? We have to have a foundational understanding of what wealth is. And I was looking, I've been looking and really studying of what is the meaning of wealth. If you and I had a room, brother, and we had 10 people in, we would probably get 10 or more definitions of wealth is. But I like to share for our discussion, wealth, does it mean that you're rich? Does it mean that you have, all the toys and that you have, all of the things that impress people? Or does wealth mean that you have the ability to sustain through a crisis?
Come on.
Meaning that if the paycheck stops today, if your business, cash flow stops, if my paycheck stops coming in, do you and I have the ability to continue providing for our families and for our means for months and years to come?
Powerful.
I think that's the difference between rich and having a wealth status. Where you have the ability to sustain and carry forward with the things that you need to do, especially during a crisis as we are today. The second thing is wealth creates freedom. Freedom to have the ability to do the things that you want to do. You have dreams, you have visions, things that you want to do in life. Having wealth avails you the opportunity to do that. And then number 3, wealth creates influence. Influence where now you can empower others. Maybe you have the influence to growing your leadership position within the community. Maybe you want to run for office. Well, it's going to take a little bit of money to do that. So it creates influence for you to really go out and empower your community, your family in greater ways than you could otherwise.
I love that you're talking about the concept of freedom and influence and having the right perspective, of does it mean I have the fastest car, right? The biggest flashes watch. And especially when you touch base on freedom, it means a lot to me because I teach these free financial classes on teaching people how to budget, how to save, how to get out of debt, how to begin investing and laying the foundation, right? So that they can walk in freedom. What does freedom mean? It means that you get up to go to work because you love what you do.
Yes.
It means that you find your purpose, You found the uniqueness within you so that you can walk this journey where you move from me to we. You know, you bring value to the marketplace and you can be a blessing to communities. And so I love that we're talking about this, because that's how, you know, people can really actually start learning. So what are some of the things that you've done to learn?
Absolutely. So, you know, brother, I don't know about you, but in the home that I grew up with, we didn't talk about money. Money was not, we didn't sit at the table and say, son, let's talk about wealth. You know? My father and my mother, beautiful people. They taught us how to be respectful. They taught us how to live by the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated, right? And we learned that. And those principles are priceless.
Yeah.
And so I honor my heritage. I honor my father, my mother for teaching us that. Just we didn't talk about money. So I think it's on us to be intentional to make sure that we bring that topic to the table. In fact, I'm challenging my family that as we get together, you know, on a weekly basis. Right now, we're doing Zoom calls. And so I'm gonna bring the NAHREP 10 every week. We're gonna go through one principle.
Yeah.
It starts with, you know, it starts within. You've got to start within,
Right.
so that you can expand. And so a couple of things that I've done is leverage the amazing amount of resources that are available to us. I mean, look at what we have available online.
Yeah.
You can online universities, you have libraries, whatever speaks to you. If for you, you know, watching the video is what's going to help you learn and have a broader understanding,
Yeah.
then do that. If it's a book, right, then buy the book, do some research. If it's a class, right? So videos, I mean, again, you find them all through online. Books, I'll give you an example for me. Something that really turned my understanding was a book called Mastering the Money Game by Tony Robbins.
Good.
Phenomenal, you know, writing, because it goes from the very fundamental of understanding money, how to manage it, how to invest it. And it's a thick book. I did the audio, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But that's how I learned, you know, audio. And it's written in a way that any you know, for the elementary, you know, sort of, you know, understanding. That's why I love that. And then the other is you talk and you teach MoneyWise. I believe that's your course. Financial Peace University, you know, so there's some courses and classes you can take. I want to hear you talk about MoneyWise, because that's another great resource that people can plug into and learn about wealth and how to manage finances.
Yeah, so please do me a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, because we really get inspired by helping you and bring value to your life. So when you attend our MoneyWise classes, again, we're gonna help you to build that foundation, to learn how finances work. So for example, for me, growing up in my early 20s, I read the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And that book,
Great book,
you know, helped me a ton, because it really expanded my mind from going from an employee mindset to a self-employed mindset, to a business mindset, to an investor mindset. So it's what expanded my mind to be thinking beyond the boundaries of just being employed for somebody. We're not saying that's wrong, because some people love to do that, and that's great. But if you want to explore other dimensions of financial freedom, you know, that would be a great book to read. And so that's what really inspired me and our team to now come and make a difference in people's lives by giving you tools and resources so that you can continue to excel financially.
And think about what you just said, brother. So you talked about a progression.
Yeah.
You progressed. You went from one stage to the next phase, to the next phase, you know, to business, to investor, where you are today. But it started by you being intentional. You took one step. You mentioned the book, right? Taking one step. That's the call to action, where you would embrace the idea, the thought that you want to gain a broader understanding of what wealth is. Why? So that you can expand your freedom, so that you can expand your influence. And I'll close with this, brother. The thing that really drives me to this concept and to this teaching is leaving a legacy. Creating wealth allows you and I the opportunity to leave a legacy, to leave an inheritance. I have 3 sons, and I know those 3 boys are going to give me grandkids very soon. I want to be able to live a legacy of the understanding of how to manage and how to create wealth, so that we can be an influence within our family, within our community. And that's, to me, that drives me. Legacy, creating wealth is something that's very important. And I hope and I pray that all of you will embrace and take that one step, whatever that is, trust and follow the process, whatever that one step is for you. Be intentional about it, and don't miss it, because we're going to keep this conversation going on some next sessions.
Yes, stay tuned, because we're gonna be bringing you the other 9 NAHREP principles that will help you to build wealth and prosperity. So stay tuned. Be sure you're watching all these videos. You know, set some time aside, whether it's on your work, during your break, your lunch, or before you go to bed. And again, write down how you can start executing some of these ideas so that you can make the progress that you want. Okay, so stay tuned, live with love, live with passion, and remember, the best is yet to come. Bye now.